condition in your back is crazy. That's it. Perfect. All that's doing is bringing more shape across your top line. What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another video. Excuse the bed hair and the hairband that's going on this morning. It's currently 5:30 in the morning. I've been up for the last hour already, just trying to get as many check-ins done as possible before my client wakes up. So with that said, just for some pretext, we are currently based in Sheffield for the weekend. We arrived yesterday, with today being Saturday. So we've got the MBW Championship tomorrow for my athlete Bax competing in men's bodybuilding classic. The reason why we came up yesterday is because we had to get registration done and also his weigh-in. And fortunately, we've made the weigh-in cap. So it was just a case of traveling up yesterday to get registration done, get his badge, get the weigh-ins done, get all of that completed, and then the rest of the weekend is just giving us the time that we need to load the physique ready for tomorrow. So the game plan at the moment, like I said, with it being 5:30, I think Bax has been scheduled to wake up in the next 30 to 45 minutes. So then I can have a look over his physique and then map out the plan of action for today. Although we already know what the plan of action is, I won't go into too much detail about how I peak all of my athletes. I think I've spoken about this a few times, but the game plan should have already been mapped out to an extent, because yes, you can be proactive with mapping out a peak week for an athlete, but then also you have to be reactive in the moment. So what I mean by that is, I may have a game plan in my head or on paper, on my laptop, on the coaching sheets, but it's all subjective to change when you're looking at the physique in front of you. So when Bax wakes up, I'll get him to weigh himself. I'll look over his physique, and then based on those metrics and that data set point, I can then confirm if we're going to go ahead with the predetermined meal plan that we mapped out for the day, or if we have to make any alterations, whether that's the food itself. So potentially adding in more carbohydrates, more dietary fats if we need to hold that fullness. Do we have to make any modulations to his sodium intake, his fluid intake? And then we can just map out the rest of the day in terms of getting down to the gym, get a pump session in, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So the plan is for us to capture as much footage as we can. Bax doesn't actually know that we're recording this, so this is a little bit of a surprise for him. So if you're watching this, Bax, you're more than welcome. I always like to try and document as much as I can, especially for my athletes, because it's one of those things where when you're in the moment, you're just going through the motions and you're not really consciously present. But then when you're documenting it with these videos, you can look back on it in a week's time, 2 years' time, and it's always nice to look back, and then there'll be little things, a little essence of moments within that video that you won't remember, but then it's been captured on that video. So I'm looking forward to today. But anyway, for now, I'm just going to crack on with the rest of these check-ins and then get myself some food in before Bax wakes up, and then we're going to crack on with the day. So that's pretty much where we're at the moment. And yeah, let's go. Yeah, side tricep. It's a lot better when you bring that leg forward now. You see more of the hamstring pop. This is a nice look. Back double. Pull the elbows forward just a tad, that's it. And then lat spread. Remember what we practiced yesterday? Just go straight into it. Go straight in. Nice. There you go. Yeah, nice. Right, just do your abdominal and thigh. But I just want you to reset with that abdominal thigh. I think Pat said this before, but I'll say it as well. Whenever you do things like this, you either have to commit to it or don't do it at all. So many times people say, I want to do this, but it's like half-hearted. You either got to do it and really be like into it, or just don't do it at all. Because this just looks like you don't really feel confident doing it, and it just doesn't really mean anything. If you want it to have an impact, like if you watch Pat when he does it, he's always like in. He's saying, look at this. Yeah. So do it again. And just rather than doing this, I would say just one look down into it. Yeah. So much better. You're drawing the attention to your obliques and you're doing it with conviction. Nice. Relax there. Rather than just like, like you just want to rush and get over and done with. Right, so we've just made it to the gym. We've located, I don't know if you guys can see the sign there, Foundry Gym in Rotherham. So we're just going to go in. I'm going to get an upper session, just a quick pump workout. Same with backs. He's just going to do arms and delts, and then he's got some steps to do. So we'll catch you guys inside. We'll get some clips of mainly backs doing some training, and then we're going to jump in the studio if they've got a studio in here and just look over the physique, see how things are looking. We're 2 mils deep at the moment. We're going to have to pull back on fluid a little bit because he's flushing out a lot of fluid at the moment. I think he's peed like 5-6 times already in the space of the last 2 hours. So we're pulling back on fluid. We've got a Lucozade intra workout that he's having. So hopefully that'll just bring his physique back to life because it's flattened off a little bit at the moment. But like I said, we'll get in there. If they've got a studio, we'll jump in there, get some clips of him posing. You guys can see how he's looking at the moment. And that's pretty much it. So we're going to jump in. Right. Take a look. I'm like here. See why I'm standing directly under the light. Right. Oh, look at the legs. Right, let's run through the cues that we were doing at home. Where's my water? Oh, it's there. Right, first cue is with that front relaxed, pull your hips right back and then distribute the load through the outside of your feet and then in the ball of the heel. Yeah. Right. Cool, turn to the right. Oh, that's good. Yes. Look at the condition there for your obliques. Can you see the difference? Like, look where you are there. So keep your hand where it is. So look at your waistline. Keep it controlled. Right? That in comparison to what you was doing. Yeah. Yeah? Try that again. I feel like there you can sit into it more and you can engage more of your obliques. Yeah. Right, quarter turn, face the rear. All hands up, hands up. That's it. Right, reset that one, do it again. Hand position was fine, but when you're there, just pull up like that. Yeah. So just imagine you've literally got 2 resistant bands and you're trying to pull up. Yeah. The condition in your back is crazy. That's it. Perfect. All that's doing is bringing more shape across your top line. Look at you there. That's good. Nice. Just rotate a little bit more. That's it. Just trying to show this chest and a bit of this delt. Yeah. Right. Cool turn, face the front. Straight into your front relaxed. It's a good look. Oh. Are you happy with that look? Yeah.
Question mark, and I'll pay £1. Well, I'm not sloppy, yeah, it's fine.
We can still push.
Do you want me to do one right now?
Yeah, don't take my advice when it comes to that. All of my poses was always like. Yeah. That's that. Right, we'll start from the beginning. So your quarter turns are fine. We'll go into them. It's just with that front relaxed, make sure that you're pulling your hips back. Yeah. I feel like the reason why you're not engaging that right side is because you're not pulling the hips back far enough. So front relaxed. Night and day difference. Yeah. And then quarter turn to the right. Yeah, I love that side. Quarter turn, face the rear. Very nice. Quarter turn. Yeah, lovely. Quarter turn, face the front. Nice. And front double bicep. Yes. Perfect. Yes, that's nice. And front lat spread. Yeah, yeah. Lovely. Side chest. So remember your trunk. So it should be when you hit that front lat spread and then they say side chest, just move it around there. Yeah. You're gonna have to trust your instinct that you're covering it up. Don't focus too much on actually looking down and covering it up. It's more of that just I'm pulling over and that's going to cover most of it. Yeah. Otherwise, if you faff around with it too much, what ends up happening when you've done that, you're like this. Yeah. Right. So when I say side tricep, as you turn around, as soon as your back is to me, just lift up. So looking at you, hit that side tricep, and if they're holding it, hold it, just literally go into it again. But just try and be quick. Don't be like out here and take your time. Yeah, literally just
get into the habit. As soon as I get into the side chest pose, I need to adjust my trunks. And then side tricep as well, I really need to.
Because then at least that way you've got both hands as well. Grab both sides, pull up, move into the other pose, and side tricep. Keep turning. That's it. That's perfect. Cool. Right, let's try that one more time. Of salt, 2 grams with this meal. So it'll literally just be a case of this will be the final meal with salt in it. We'll do 2 grams just because where you've been urinating quite a lot this morning and throughout the night. the extra gram of salt that we put in the last meal and the extra gram of salt that we put in this meal will just help kind of retain any more fluid that we've put in. The look at the moment is like perfect. The issue that we have had is you flattened off across the day, and then by like the evening time, despite body weight going up, we just flatten off in terms of the look. So if we just pull back on water, I think we're going to pull back by 1 litre. So yesterday we done 6 litres. Today we'll probably do 5 litres. Once you've finished the water that I gave you when you went off, that'll be 4. So then we'll do 1 more litre, and that'll be it. But then with the extra 2 grams of salt, that should hold that water throughout the night. And I think we're looking at about a 5-hour window from your peak in terms of the attributes to fullness and condition. When we were looking in the studio, that was your peak look. That was at 12:30. It's now 5:30. So we've got that 5-hour window. But I reckon if you were to err on the side of caution and say maybe like 4:30, you've got like a 4-hour window. Meaning if you are to peak around 2 p.m, the estimated time that you're due on stage, and then if you were to win the class, and then there's the overall, we've got that 4-hour window. So then we'll have to try and time when the overall is. If we've got that 4-hour window, then it just means hold that through fluid and salt. Right. If it's a little bit longer until the overall, we'd have to put a meal in. What have you got on you? Like squares bars?
Square bars.
Yeah.
Protein bars.
Rice cakes? No. Squares bars. We'll just have to use that. Have you got any more bagels?
Yeah.
We could use them. Because we have been using them. I'd prefer to use them over the squares bars. So we can bring them. It would just be a case of a bagel or 2 with a little bit of honey, a little bit of dark chocolate, just to hold that look. Yeah. This is what happens when you're one day out. You don't really talk too much. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. Cool, man. It's a drastic improvement from the last show.
Yeah, I think so. The last fluffy.
Yeah. A 3 kilo discrepancy would do that.
What honey as well if you need.
Yeah, we can use the honey. Sweet. Right, we'll get that meal in. Another litre of water, and then that's pretty much it. You've got the last meal, job done. Yeah.
Just 1 more litre.
No. Yeah. So you've had the 1 litre that you took with you.
This was for meal 3.
Yeah.
I'm having meal 4 now.
Yeah, so from when you left to when you've returned, that's 4 litres. Okay. So we get 1 more litre in.
Okay.
And then what I'll probably do is I'll get you to put your trunks on again. We'll do 1 more look just before we go to bed. And then if there's any last changes that we need to make. But I'm happy. Like the predictable outcome at the moment is I know where you're at. I know with the reduction in water, the extra sodium, that's going to hold the fullness. The look now that we just saw outside, that's going to hold that until tomorrow morning. And then we know with the 2 meals that we put in, the sodium that we put in, the water that we put in, the Lucozade that we put in, that's it. So 100% predictability. That's all we want. Cool, man.